This is about popular sovereignty, one of the core principles of the Constitution. So, first of all, popular sovereignty is a government based on the consent of its people, which is why the word popular is used. You'll notice that popular and people sound pretty similar. They're the same root word. In America, government officials are elected into office by the people to create laws and govern for the people. So, power to the people. The key here, popular sovereignty, is about people. Popular sovereignty is reflected in the preamble to the Constitution, where it says, "We the people," all this other stuff, "do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." The people are the ones who are creating this Constitution, creating the government. The people are the ones in charge. That's the idea of popular sovereignty. So let's see. You might be able to hear this. We'll listen to just a little bit of Schoolhouse Rock singing the preamble. And I'll sing along, just for good fun. Maybe not. You can look it up on your own, I guess. So, first of all, we're going to compare and contrast popular sovereignty, like we have in the US, with British sovereign, what the colonies had experienced before. So, under the Britain's sovereign, the people are ruled by kings or queens, specifically King George. Under British sovereignty, all laws can be reversed since no legislative body can pass a law that binds the next legislative body. So, if the parliament passed one law, when the next parliament comes, they can change that law whatever they feel like. Anything can be reversed. Also, under British king or queen, laws cannot be judged unconstitutional because the king or the queen is the kind of the head of everything. And the parliament has its own powers. Acts of parliament cannot be overruled by any other branch of government, including the king or the queen, usually in British history. That changed over time. Now, definitely cannot be. If you go back far enough, sometimes it could be. But then it was always up to the king or the queen, which was not the same as having the people in charge. Now let's look at how America's popular sovereignty works. So this is popular. Remember, popular means the people. So who's in charge? It's the people. The government in popular sovereignty is based on the consent of the people. The people have to say yes. The government's power is not legitimate if it disregards the will of the people. So it's not legitimate. It's not really there. It's not okay if it ignores what the people want. Disregards means ignores. So if it ignores the will of the people, the government, it doesn't really have any say anymore. The characteristics of America's popular sovereignty also include the government is expected to serve the people who elected them. It's not the people have to do what the government, to benefit the government. It's the government is supposed to serve the people. And the government should be for the benefit of its people. Now, to give an example of this, let's say it's one of those days when our head custodian is out, so there's nobody there to clean the cafeteria because they couldn't find a sub. So, in something like Britain's sovereign, the king, let's call that the principal, would decide, all right, so-and-so, you are going to be cleaning the cafeteria. And today, the principal just happens to decide that is you. Yes, you, the student listening to this video. You are in charge of cleaning the cafeteria because the king said so. That's British sovereignty. Okay? You didn't have any choice. Now, in America's popular sovereignty, you might not have the only say in yes or no, would you clean the cafeteria, but there'd be a vote of all the students saying, all right, so who's going to clean the cafeteria? And they might just decide that the vote ends up being that the principal will clean the cafeteria. Maybe it'll be me. Maybe it'll be you. I don't know, but there's been a chance for everyone to have a voice in that and not just one person saying, oh, it's going to be this way because that's the way I want it. Popular sovereignty, the people rule. So, people elect officials who make the laws for them. That would be popular sovereignty. The people elect. Laws cannot be judged as unconstitutional. That's British sovereign. The 6 foundational principles of the Constitution, well, if we have a constitution, we're talking about popular sovereignty. If we have a written constitution. And people have no say in the laws that are passed. That would be sovereign, right? The king's got a say, but not the people. That's sovereignty. The government's power is not legitimate if it disregards the will of the people it governs. That's sovereignty again. Acts of Parliament cannot be overridden by any other branch of government. Those acts of Parliament, that's sovereignty, right? We don't have a parliament in the United States. The government is for the benefit of its people. That is popular, right? It's all about the people. That's popular sovereignty. Hopefully you can understand popular sovereignty is when who rules? That's right. Popular sovereignty is when the people rule.